All right. What's up, guys? Sorry, we are hopping in a minute into the grand finals here of the Pigstarcraft Weekly. Number 14, Hero has gone for the high ground gate, despite this being an amazing map for a one-gate expand wall-off. He just seems to be more comfortable with the double gas, high ground, second pylon, and the high ground maneuver. Now, it is a one-gate expand attempt for MAXPAX. He was trying to go single gas, but because he was blocked, he's taking the second gas now. Hero says, you know what, let's circle around, let my shields regen. And I don't know if he confirmed the second gas was there or not, which is why he's very eager to block this Nexus. But I think he's going to go for the pylon block. Is he, though? Maybe not. No, he's going to go for his own Nexus. He gets his own Nexus down. MAXPAX unable to block him. And he says, you know what? Oh, if he could get a pylon after this, that could be really nice. It depends, though. If you go pylon, you cannot afford a Stargate. For a Stargate, you can see already goes down. He sees the Stargate, and he's just like, nah, let's just chill for a sec. So Stalker tells me I don't think Hero's going to play the Stargate game. I think he's going to go Twilight Council off one gate. And he's even going to pylon block, yeah. Now, you got to be careful committing to the pylon block here, because are you actually going to be able to defend the Adept Zealot Oracle pressure is the big question. Stalker should beat the crap out of that Zealot pretty easily. He's going to go for the probe first and foremost. Zealot coming in, lands a hit on the probe, make it 2. Stalker takes out that probe, and the Zealot's going to try to run away. He doesn't want to lose the Zealot here. He's going to attack the pylon knowing that can't back. And third Nexus goes down for MAXPAX, realizing he can't defend or can't stop to clear up that base. Now, it looks like a probe will go down here. The Adept going to shade in, take it down. Zealot tanking for it a little bit. There is a Sentry here. Sentry plus Zealot combined going to have pretty good damage potential. And the Stalker will take out the Zealot before going to the main. Now, Shield Battery's not quite ready yet, which means you could actually get a fair bit of damage with this Adept. And it's always these little details where MAXPAX just excels, gets himself 3 probes. He should lose the Adept, but it's still a good trade for him. Hero's going to be very focused on probing up. Now, he's got a second gateway coming in, so he is indeed going to be playing 2-gate defense. Now, this is how I like to play when I play someone like MAXPAX who's way better than me. I say, I'm not going to play identical. You're going to play Oracle, I'm going to play extra Stalkers, and I'm just going to, basically delay my tech and just focus on economy and having plenty of units to help defend. And this is a really good move, right? If you can track the Oracle, it can't surprise you. Your Stalkers can always be in the right position. And finally, now that Twilight Council does come down. Oracle comes in, Stalkers and Sentries push it back, but its shields remain the only thing that takes damage. Second Oracle's on the way, Twilight Council and a second gate, so it will be a blink follow-up. And that Oracle comes in, gets a tag down. Does take a little bit of damage, but only 6 hit points. Oh, that's big, that's really big. MAXPAX with a big doo-doo. MAXPAX with a big doo-doo. Wow, the rare doo-doo for MAXPAX. Sorry for my commentary, guys. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to call that. Mistake? Error? I don't know. I feel like doo-doo covers all of those. But it is very rare. Most people need to make doo-doo once a day. MAXPAX is a guy who does it once a month. We're talking about high-level constipation of Protoss. We're talking about backed up. Man, he's so annoying with his movement, but I think Hero's just doing a good job of tracking it. Hero is a little supply blocked right now, so he is losing a bit of probe time. Adept gets into the main base, shouldn't be able to kill anything. If he focused that weak one, he could kill it in 4 hits. But he's just going for the scout, and the Adept does go down. Oracle comes in. The Hallucination still following it. Just continuing to revelate, make sure he sees that there's no Dark Templar or anything like that. Because you'll notice he doesn't actually have a Robo, right? He's just got 3 gates, 1 Oracle. So he's going to go for a forward gateway. Oh, MAXPAX going to play 4-gate blink. Okay, 4-gate blink aggression off of the back of the Oracle, and he'll take a 3rd base behind that. So if he can just keep Hero off a 3rd base, that can become a win condition in of itself. Even though he opened Oracle, he's only behind 3 Stalkers and, 2 Sentries as well. 3 Stalkers and 2 Sentries is sizable. 1 Oracle dying was definitely a big mistake. I think Hero's in a perfectly fine position. He just needs to kind of realize what's happening. Very similar probe count on both sides right now. 3rd Nexus coming in for MAXPAX and the natural. Did Hero see it? Yes, he did. So he sees it. He's going to go for his own one, but he's got to be prepared. There's a lot of Stalkers that could be warping in here, and luckily Hero's making a lot of Stalkers as well. Oh, Hero's even moving out. Well, this game's about to get weird, guys. This game's about to get very weird because MAXPAX, he's macroing harder than Hero, but he's also on his side of the map attacking, and that's a problem for Hero. Oh, man. Okay, he's got to dive. So he's going to blink in here, take out the battery, start going for that 3rd base. Well, it's actually the natural, I guess, isn't it? And he loses his own 3rd that just started. He does play very carefully. He gets the Oracle there on the way back. He's got Sentries still. I kind of like the way Hero played a bit more cautious than normal. That being said, I still think he should force a fight. He's got the numbers here. Force fields are pretty decent. Oh, the sentry's getting focused. Nice Guardian shields. MAXPAX focuses them down, but already losing a lot of probes, and the new third Nexus is being rebuilt here. Just got to be wary because, you know, there could always be a bunch of units warped in and a quick attempt to snipe that base, and he's going to go for 2 Adepts, actually try and do a run by, or shade by, I should say, into the natural. Hero's in a good spot right now, guys. He's up 5 workers. I think he did a really good way of creating asymmetry in this game. You do not want symmetry in a game against MAXPAX. When you're both doing the same thing, MAXPAX is just going to do it better and cleaner. But if you can catch him with some surprises, that's where Hero is going to be the more dynamic player, the more unpredictable, the player with a bit more range. MAXPAX, on the other hand, has the range of a, well, I don't know, something with not a lot of range. A blunderbuss, a 13th century firearm maybe, 14th century firearm, you know? Talking about something you basically put some gravel in this thing with some black powder, light a fuse, see if it explodes in the right direction if you're lucky. You know, that's the range of MAXPAX. He's pretty narrow in his range, but he's exceptionally good at executing it. That is his stasis trap, guys. He's going to try and lure this Stalker army to chase him into that, but he is behind significantly. Hero all over it right now. Forge is on the way. Yes, he's down a gateway, but he's building sentries, immortals. He's keeping up his Stalker production. He's still up in Stalkers, and he's got a Prism going across with a 4 Stalker drop. Kind of crazy that he has 4 Stalkers in a drop. Probably the weakest unit to be dropping with. But, you know, hey, a drop is a drop, and it's something MAXPAX just can't deal with. He really wants Hero to blink on that stasis trap. He's trying to get Hero to get overly aggressive, but Hero sees it with the Observer, blinks after the Stalkers. Meanwhile, in the main base, the Stalkers, they're not doing as much as they could since MAXPAX did pull away, but it seems like Hero's all over him nonetheless. Stalkers blink north, taking out more probes. 45 probes to 41 in Hero's favor. And look at that, the rallying Immortal catches MAXPAX on the retreat. Hero gets an early Oracle snipe, goes for 2-gate, delays his tech completely, and actually gets to the mid-game in good standing. All right, guys, Hero in the bottom left side. Remember, MAXPAX does look a bit more mortal in this patch. Battery overcharge being removed definitely, you know, removes a little bit of his, I think, safety that allowed him to get away with playing so consistently defensive. We do see him dropping a few more maps here and there. Almost been taken down by guys like Mana and Christian. He still hasn't really dropped any big PvP series that I've known. I know like Trap beat him 1 week and stuff like that, but for the most part, like, he's still very solid. But yeah, we'll kind of see how that develops over time. Now, Hero is not scouting this game. This is Talisman, by the way, guys, where you can actually go down the back door, there or there. Talisman. Praise Talos. All right, we're going to see an early Nexus. It's a 1-gate expand here for MAXPAX. And Hero has to assume this is going to be what's happening. But he's just going to play a 1-gate expand. Now, if MAXPAX blocks his expansion, I actually don't know if Hero has a plan. Oh, no, he's building a Zealot, so I guess he's fine. It just feels kind of weird, you know? Feels a little bit weird. 16 on minerals, 2 on one gas, 3 on the other. Nice probe harass here for MAXPAX, being a proper nuisance. Has Trap done anything else? I mean, Trap's looking pretty good. He's beat Beyond a bunch. Beat MAXPAX once or twice. He's looking good, but I don't know if he's going to have what it... Like, I would love to see, you know, Trap versus the Euro Zergs, and that's something we haven't really had a chance to see, those sort of crossovers recently. With Dark going to the military soon, Rogue is going to be the top Zerg in Korea, and Rogue is not looking great in ZVP. Probe slides into the back door. Remember, that's always an option. Nexus goes down. Now, are we doing 1-gate expand into delayed Stargate? Okay, slightly delayed Stargate there. MAXPAX is going to have the quicker expansion and the quicker Stargate. His build is just better. But I guess Hero doesn't care. He's just kind of like, yeah, I know this is going to not be great for me. But like, he is playing Stalker Sentry. Against Stalker Sentry, you skip the battery, which means the Oracle, it's kind of an NA Oracle. So Hero's going to try and surprise him with the Oracle timing, which is actually kind of cool. And the Stalker pushing the Adepts back is actually pretty sweet. Yeah, Hero's going to be able to fight back these Adepts, especially if he focuses that weak one, stops its shields from regenning. Hallucination comes out. Stalker. Oh, he deactivates the shield regen. Very nicely done. And as long as he walls off his base, he'll be in a good spot. Oh yeah, the Stalker gets some good damage. He pulls back because he's not sure if there's other units coming out. Oracle will be out momentarily. It's going to be a defensive Phoenix for Hero. And he's got a battery up. Yeah, I mean, he's down in probes. But if he can slap down the Oracle, that's going to be great. MAXPAX, he might not have energy for recall. If he has recall, he can always just get out. But that's a big if. He's going to try and ambush the Stalker here. Stalker pulls back. Oracle diverts. Phoenix, hot on his tail. Does he have recall? He's got recall. He's got recall right now, guys. He has to use it. That's a real Phoenix. You got a recall right now, bud. He thinks it's fake. He thinks it's a hallucination. He doesn't realize. Guys, MAXPAX does not realize, and he's chrono boosted. He went and chrono boosted Blink. He didn't realize. He thought it was a hallucination. MAXPAX. Oh, he actually, because he's like, you went Stalker Sentry. You can't have an Oracle if you went Stalker Sentry. Hero is like, lol, my build order doesn't make sense, idiot. You thought I played properly? I don't play properly, you nincompoop. Pulled an NA build order out. Now MAXPAX loses both Adepts and an Oracle for just 2 probes, and that puts Hero in a fantastic position. Now, that's awesome, man. This is the reason we call it the NA Oracle is NA players have really bad builds. And they just hit you with things at surprising timings. But unfortunately, Hero's follow-up was not planned at all. So he literally just is doing random stuff. He's gone 4 gas on 2 base with no third. And this is what I would give as a clear example of Hero doing Hero things. What do you mean by that, Pig? I mean, he's going to do a 2 base Immortal Charge Lot Archon timing that hits at like 9 minutes. It's like, I don't think it's good at all. I do like that he caught the probe, gets a few probes of the Phoenix as well. But why are we going 4 gas on 2 base? Like, what are you possibly going to spend this on? I think he's going to go charge instead of Blink and just make Archons. But it's like, come on, man. We should have a 3rd base here. Like, this just seems like a nonsense build for Hero. So he started off with a really cool opening. Got a bunch of great value in the units lost, despite being a little behind in economy. But now he's going to fall massively behind. And yeah, he's actually going to do a 2 base charge Immortal. Why is he building a battery? He's miles ahead in this game. He's built a battery against a guy on 3 base. So this is Hero's fundamentals breaking down. We see this happen about once every 2 weeks in a game, guys, where Hero just does the most nonsense play we've ever seen. I don't know why you would build a shield battery and delay your gateways for that. It's not the end of the world. It's 100 minerals, but you're doing an all-in. You need every mineral leaning into that all-in. MAXPAX is going for Blink of his own. He's going for 6 gates. And he's already got, you know, a few more Stalkers out on the map with Blink as well. I do like the Adept sneaking into the main. But the Pylon is in a pretty good position to stop that. Fishies off the edge of the map. There's a lot of fish in the ocean on the edge of this map. Damn. Depth drop comes in. Remember, Blink is ready, so you got to be careful about committing too hard. I think in this scenario, I actually like the Adept Shade canceling and picking up and leaving. That's the way to do it. Phoenix fly in, grabs himself a probe. Nope. Blink forces him back. He's going to wait for +2. Come on. I was joking when I said +2, guys. Oh, sometimes Hero looks like a good player and a bad player playing together in Archon mode. Real Kyle Hill, that is the first time you've talked in my chat, and that is actually the most astute observation I have ever seen. That is actually so true. Like, you're just like, why are you doing things that are in opposite directions, right? They don't lead to the same goal. Luckily, I think MAXPAX might not realize there's no 3rd base, but MAXPAX is up 16 workers. Like, you're going to have a bigger army. But if MAXPAX just base trades and refuses to fight front on, you literally cannot win with this. It relies on him forcing, like, if MAXPAX counterattacks, he wins. If he fights into the army, he could lose. Especially if another Archon comes in. 3 Immortals, 1 Archon. If he can get 1 more Archon, he'll destroy the Zealots. Oh, I love that. Picks up a Sentry and a Zealot. Really nice move. But look at that. Single Zealot comes in for the counterattack. He's got an Observer coming out behind this as well, just in case there is, like, DTs or something. And MAXPAX, he's trying to get towards his own Templar Archives. He needs more Pylons right now. He's still probing, which is kind of crazy. +2 is about 40 seconds away for Hero. It's an incredibly delayed... Remember I said about 9 minutes he was going to hit with the latest ever +2 Immortal Charge Archon timing? Well, he might have to wait till 9 minutes if he wants +2 to finish. He's chrono boosting it. It's still 30 seconds out. I was throwing out an obscenely late number for a 2-minute timing, just as a silly example. I wasn't actually trying to make a prediction. But apparently... Hero is like, yeah, bro. And you know what? I died to this recently on the ladder. This sort of attack. I feel like MAXPAX should know how to handle it. But remember what I said? You should counterattack. He's not counterattacking. Zealots do kind of get wrecked by Archons. Hallucinated Archons as well. Dude, that's such a good play. And the Zealots are going to clump up so much against these Archons. With the Prism Micro as well. Oh my god. This army's so good. But MAXPAX does have an Archon on his own. That's going to help a lot against the Zealots. It's going to help so much against the Zealots. The Archon's doing so much for Hero though. Mass Zealot gets wrecked by those +2 Archons. Holy crap. Hero with a super delayed 2 base timing. MAXPAX on autopilot massing zealots into Archons does not work unless you counterattack and base trade. And Hero gets a 2-0 lead in this series. GG, well played. All right, guys, we've got MAXPAX to the top right side for Psystorm Gaming. Hero in the bottom left. Now, I think what's really exciting here is that Hero is up 2-0 against a guy who's been dumpstering him more often than not. And he has gone for a probe scout at the very start of the game. Now, the question is why? Why would you pylon scout, guys? Hero, does he just want to harass the minerals really early? He's like, this is my mineral patch now, bitch. I'm like, what? We never see anyone harass this early. You don't really need to worry about getting cannon rush, so I wonder if he's going to hide a pylon off to the side of the base. Like, I wonder if this is like, I'm just going to be there for so many minutes in the early game. At some point, he won't notice me, disappear to the side into the fog of war and build a pylon. I feel like that almost never happens anymore. Players are too good at keeping track of everything. Hero accidentally mines 5 minerals, and now he's going to attack the probes. He's trying to bait MAXPAX into attacking him there. So he was specifically standing in the middle of the mineral line trying to bait a reaction. That's the Hero special. Yeah, Hero's the guy who walks into your house and just throws garbage on the floor, and you're like, what are you doing? And he's just like, yeah, you're fat. Like, that's... He's like, you're fat and your house stinks of poo-poo. And you're like, yeah, because you just threw garbage on the floor. And he's like... and he just kind of grins, like he's just trying to bait you. And that's the Hero probe. I remember the French casters back in Heart of the Swarm. They used to be, yeah, it's Captain Dickhead is a probe that you, it's the name we've given a worker that you spend a silly amount of time harassing with. The French commentators used to always talk about how every Protoss player was so stupid. They're like, Hero is the only guy who knows to send a probe across at the start of the game. And he gets so much damage for free. It's so annoying to deal with. He always kills an SCV. He's so friggin' frustrating to play against. And I'm like, I mean, it's not that good. Like, you lose a lot of mining time. But, like, yeah, you know, it's not a bad little bit of harassment. Put a bit of pressure on. If you're good at micro like Hero, why not? But, yeah, that truly was the goal with this probe. He was just, I'm just going to be a dick and try to get in there. Yeah, it is going to be Zealot Adept versus Zealot Adept Nexus at the same time. Looks like a very similar situation. Oh, man, I have not really been casting this one in a way that's, like, super YouTube ready, have I? I've just been making dirty jokes and being dumb the whole time. First day back after being away for a little while. You know, it's a special one. Just got to unharness ourselves a bit, get back in the rhythm. And he takes out the Zealot, but I would trade a Zealot for an Adept any day. MAXPAX happy with that trade. He's building Phoenix, which Hero knows about, guys, because Captain D-Head came back into the base. Does have a look around. Look at me censoring myself now. I'm like, oh, people's kids are going to be in the background. They're going to be watching this while they're like cooking or something. We got to go back to PG-13. I'm like, it's Captain D-Head. Look at me. Look at me making things vaguely more appropriate. Slightly would be a better word than vaguely there. That Phoenix lift. Hero's like, ha, ha, ha. He lifted up the Adept. He looked into her eyes, and then he just put her back down again. Meanwhile, looks like Captain D-Head does get taken down by MAXPAX, and a second lift has to get used by Hero. Now, how much do you commit to the Phoenix Wars? Hero goes third gas, MAXPAX goes third gas, second Stargate. Looks like it's pretty committed, and MAXPAX is one of the best in the world at playing Phoenix Wars. I think what I'm going to be looking for Hero in this game is if he can avoid getting supply blocked to 80 supply, I think Hero might actually win. But I just don't think that's going to happen. And I think it's going to be the fact that he's already a little behind in the Phoenix production, and then one supply block will put him far enough behind that I think MAXPAX can kill him. Probably with about 8 or 9 Phoenix coming in for a timing attack. If you guys ever find yourself in a Phoenix war like this, because it's hard to scout with Phoenix versus Phoenix, what you can do is you can build a Twilight Council instead of a second Stargate and actually hide a Dark Shrine in the back of your base. And yeah, I remember like everyone used to just be like, well, Phoenix versus Phoenix, there's only one way to play. And then I saw Haas, and the moment it got to Phoenix versus Phoenix, he immediately hit a Twilight Council, hit a Dark Shrine. And because there's no detection off of Stargate, right? Oracle does give a bit better detection these days, but it's still not that great. It'd be pretty nice. Hero gets 2 probes. That's actually a really good catch. Oh, and MAXPAX blocks his third. MAXPAX says, no third base for you, but Hero's like, joke's on you. I have a single sentry that I can use to Guardian Shield, which actually does help in Phoenix fights quite a lot, but I mean, he's outnumbered. It's kind of bait, but I don't think he's ready to snap the trap. I actually think MAXPAX kills it and just gets in, gets out. Oh, he actually lowers it. Phoenix for a Phoenix. MAXPAX took a little bit more damage on his Phoenix, But Phoenix for a Phoenix, not too bad for either side. That's okay. 9 versus 7 in MAXPAX's favor. And I don't think Hero's been supply blocked just yet, guys. And to be fair, I don't think Hero was looking to take a third just yet anyway. You can see MAXPAX is just a little ahead on the probes, has a bit more minerals to work with. And oh, MAXPAX comes in and one-shots 2 Phoenix without losing any in return, and it's just game over. It's game over. He knew there was no Guardian Shield energy, and he just dives. It just wrecks him. MAXPAX, the king of Phoenix Micro, gets an amazing series of trades there. Oh my gosh, he's in such a good spot. He's going to pick off the sentry. No, goes back. There we go. Now he gets the sentry, and Hero can't even get a third down. MAXPAX all over him right now. Hero is finding himself in a rough spot. Phoenix versus Phoenix, not something you want to play against MAXPAX. Remember what I said? You want asymmetry. You do not want to be playing MAXPAX in a game where he's doing exactly the same thing you are, because he'll just do it a bit better. Hero needs to find a way to differentiate himself from MAXPAX to finish this series off. All right, guys, we've got Hero in the top right side of the map. Had people in chat saying, "It's what the hell? They're the same number of Phoenix. How is that fair?" So what happened? It takes 8 Phoenix to one-shot an enemy Phoenix, which is why that's the point when MAXPAX chooses to engage. And what he does is he spams clicking underneath the stacked up Phoenix to make them stack on top of each other. If you just click underneath, the Phoenix will stack up, but then they'll kind of spread out into a bigger area unless you keep clicking underneath them to keep them stacked up. But then he'll move in so he'll move forward while clicking underneath them a lot. He'll just like inch them close to the enemy. And then he'll also target the enemy Phoenix. So I think what happened is Hero was doing a good job of stacking his Phoenix, but he didn't get to target fire. Whereas because MAXPAX initiated the fight, he kept them stacked, moved in, just one-shot a Phoenix, one-shot another Phoenix, and you could see 3 or 4 of MAXPAX Phoenix were taking damage. So what happened is Hero's Phoenix just weren't all shooting the same guy. And that cost him big time. That cost him big time. You know, the damage was spread out, and that cost him. Now, Hero's going to go for a greedy 1-gate expand against the double gas high ground gate for MAXPAX. MAXPAX not one to ever gas steal, because he doesn't care about disrupting his opponent's build. He cares about just doing his own build well. Hero, though, does take the gas just in case. Now, that probe's damaged enough. I would be tempted to pull more probes out to try to kill that. Phoenix does not have any armor, guys. We did look it up. They get +1 per upgrade, though. Now, can he make the comeback? MAXPAX gonna have to fight hard here. His Nexus gets delayed. It's already been delayed a bit. Now, I figure if they build a Zealot, is it even worth blocking here, guys? I think if you cancel the pylon, sure, that's fine. But you've got to cancel it. And he does get most of the minerals back. Nexus goes down for MAXPAX. Stargate already almost finished here for Maxi. And Hero. Oh, gosh. Hero, why would you build a shield battery at 230? Oh, Hero, study your builds. Guys, you're meant to go, with this build, you're meant to go second gateway, then shield battery. Shield battery doesn't need to start till 3 minutes. But for some reason, Hero's gone and built it. Maybe he was worried that it was a proxy Stargate, because he maybe started that even before. But this is such an early shield battery. Like, guys, for them to get an Oracle in here, the Stargate would need to be built here. If for it to get in your house, inside your base, in your main base, inside your house before 3 minutes or at the 3-minute mark, that's a crazy shield battery timing. It's delayed his second gateway quite a lot. So I do think that's a bit of a bummer, because it means he does have less Stalkers to work with, or Stalker production. I don't think it's the end of the world. You know, it's a small inefficiency. It's just one of those things where it's kind of funny that he intuitively just felt like, oh, I need a battery, and just threw it down at a very odd timing. So overall, grand scheme of things, it's a slight inefficiency. It's not the end of the world. Stalkers will deflect the Oracle. Twilight Council is actually faster here for Hero than it is for MAXPAX, which, I mean, you would expect. MAXPAX has gone Stargate. Oracle, unable to get in there. Hallucination is so good for deflecting in these sorts of situations. And with 2 Oracles now out, one of them getting tracked by the Hallucination, the other one's going to try to hit the main, but Stalker and 2 sentries there, so it should be easily deflected. Yep. Good pullback, though. Doesn't take any damage. He's crisp. Crisp micro for MAXPAX. And honestly, he just needs to keep these guys alive. Oh, no! Not watching for a second. He does see the 3rd Nexus. Crazy early. 420 3rd Nexus. Hero up 4 workers. Rushes a 3rd base. And that's going to be hard to defend. Like, MAXPAX is actually going to answer with his own 3rd, though. Okay. Fair enough. 3-gate blink for MAXPAX. 2-gate. into a Robo with that insanely fast third base for Hero. MAXPAX Oracle's really good at just drifting around, using them flexibly to harass as much as possible. Roddy loves Phoenix, so I'm pretty sure... I read this before, this message. They said Roddy loves Phoenix, so I'm pretty sure they have an armor. I've just reread it. I've realized Undead Leech said Roddy loves them, so I'm pretty sure they have enamor. Because Roddy is enamored with them. That's a dad-level pun right there, and I appreciate it. Now, why were the Stalkers not in the main? It looks like a few Stalkers moved out for MAXPAX. Distracted Hero. Hero F2ing. Oh, he's F2ing a lot. And he... Oh my god, he walked into the stasis, and then this Stalker hit that Stalker. Uh-oh. Hero had such a good opening. But he's in a fragile position on the defense. And Hero's bad mechanical techniques. He uses very inefficient techniques. This is where they really show themselves. He's blinking forward, gets himself a Stalker or two. Good reaction speed there. So when we say bad mechanics, what we mean is bad mechanical techniques. And I really try to be specific when I say that, because people say, what are you talking about, bad mechanics? I mean, bad techniques. He uses F2, doesn't use control groups very well at all. And, but his micro is good. His speed is good. You know, his minimap awareness is good. But he has trouble splitting his army up and like leaving them in situations like this. So the more you can apply pressure like this without actually throwing your units away, the more it kind of checkmates Hero into a position where he inevitably will make a huge mistake. Like, he will inevitably make big mistakes, just F2 all the Stalkers to the front and let you stasis trap his mineral line. He'll let you dive in there and kill probes. Don't get me wrong, he didn't take too much damage. 6 probes is fine. He killed 3 Stalkers, which is actually great in the north by blinking on them. He's going to try and take the gold base, which is normally just unnecessarily risky, but I think he's going to have enough momentum it could work out. His Forge is only seconds behind MAXPAX, starts the upgrades right away. Meanwhile, let's do a gateway count. So MAXPAX is going from 3 to 6. And Hero is also going from 3 now to 7. So very similar gateway counts. Hero already has the Robo up, and he's got 3 observers out there. And that's what I really love about Hero's position. The vision is fantastic. He's taken the watchtowers. He's got observers poking forward. And he should be able to get a good idea of what MAXPAX is up to as he goes to 9 gates himself and takes a gold base expand. Very well. I heard Hero straight up doesn't use control groups. He only uses F2. That's incorrect. He does use control groups, but he uses them in a way which most players would say is wrong. I'll explain it if I get a chance. Stalker died there. A second one almost died. Barely blinked away. He uses control groups. No, it's a very consistent way. It's just a bad way. Meadbutt. People say use them in an inconsistent way. So basically what he does is he always control groups the first thing he's looked at. That'll be 1. And then if he looks over here to defend this, these guys will be 2. But then, if he has to micro in his main, or down here in his natural, this will become 1 or 2. And then if he looks back at these guys again, this will be 1, which means his main army isn't control group. So if he has to use his main army, that's when he'll just use F2, and then he'll start, or click on the minimap and box it. So it's this very, basically his 2 most recent units he's controlled are group 1 and 2. Most people think of control groups as something that is set up ahead of time. For him, it's a way of double tapping either 1 or 2 to go back to what he was most recently looking at. It's a very weird system. I've asked him in detail about it, and he said, yeah, I know this is a really weird, bad system. I'm not even sure how I came up with it. It's probably not good, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but I'm just used to it, and I kind of like it now because I've been using it for so long. Like, it's super crazy. Gold base getting denied. This is the big problem with that gold base. Oh, stasis trap's big. But, I mean, he can easily push back this army. It's just MAXPAX. He's just trying to focus the Archon down, blink back his weak units. I do like that Hero blinked a single Stalker forward to take that stasis trap. Gold base will return to mining. Oracle comes in, but there's cannons in each base now. And if he can transfer half the workers from the main down to a 4th and then a 5th base, Hero's in a great spot. +2s on the way for both sides. Dark Shrine coming in for MAXPAX. MAXPAX was behind in this game, but he's getting into a macro game, and it always feels to me like that should favor him over Hero in the long run. But I think Hero is very good at finding knockout punches. So even though, you know, the longer it goes, the more I'm like, oh, is the advantage going to slip away? There's still big windows. Like 25 zealots, no zealots. Oh my lord. I don't know how... If Hero attacks 2 places at once, I don't think MAXPAX can possibly defend. He blinks. Oh my god. Okay, MAXPAX trying to get out of there. He's got a stasis trap on that right flank. It's going to freeze. Oh my gosh! Holy blink of the Death Lord, man. What in the hell? Blinking forward Hero. Struggling. There's so many stasis traps on this map, guys. There's 5 stasis traps still out there. Stalk is poking forward. MAXPAX knows with his Zealot light army, He needs Archons as the follow-up. He's making Dark Templar. He's going to morph those into Archons, or think about it anyway. For now, it's Stalkers, it's Stasis Traps. Can he defend? Good Blink Micro. Stalkers are so good defensively. Zealots are good if he's hitting the natural, if he's hitting the main, if he's elsewhere. But if MAXPAX is in one position, blinking back perfectly, he will trade far better over the long run than Hero. Hero needs to overwhelm, or he needs to get those Immortals on top of those Stalkers. Oh, he blinks in his Stasis Trap again, and now MAXPAX can get revenge. MAXPAX, if he gets those Immortals, it's going to be big. He doesn't blink, though. He just moves forward to isolate the Zealots that come out of the Stasis Trap on the left side. He's making a lot of his own Zealots as well. Hero is getting absolutely wrecked in these fights. He was very Zealot reliant. He only had a small pack of Stalkers, and those Stalkers keep getting frozen. The Stasis Traps combined with his Zealot reliance on his army. I think Hero's been a little bit too one-directional. I think he had the numbers to swarm, to come in from multiple sides, to try and take advantage. I think that's what you're meant to do with a Zealot-heavy force against a Stalker-heavy force. But he's attacking front-on and playing front-on against a 90 probe! 90 probe MAXPAX. What the fudge, man? Dude, that's an illegal income, guys. I'm going to be giving MAXPAX a red card in this series for obnoxious macro and playing too good. While down 2-0 and now 2-1. Dark Templar counterattacks coming in. He's trying to build more cannons. They're not ready yet. He's got Blink. Oh, he doesn't have Blink. Zealots warping in. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Hero's Observer saw those DTs walking across the map, so he was ready for it. And that's going to do really well. He needs to build more Observers, though, and get them up on that side of the map. High Templar waddling into this fight. Units lost tab. Still 1100 in favor of MAXPAX. MAXPAX has Blink DT. +3 attack coming in as well. It's a little behind Hero's +3. Hero's got 5 Immortals in there. He's only got 3 Archons. He's got to be a little careful. Okay, Zealot's going to tear the rocks down and start attacking this left side. I think he should have been doing this a while ago. What I'd love to see is an Observer, 2 Archons, 15 Zealots on the offlane, so that Hero can really punish this base, catch any Dark Templar, dominate that north side, because he can't push on the south side. He has to play this a little bit more defensively, as you can see here. Oh, Observer Snipe, nice move for MAXPAX. Gets the Observer, gives him a bit of a vision edge as he takes the 6th base in the bottom right. Meanwhile, Hero's still hanging out on his first 5 bases, and that's going to be quite a big one. Oh my gosh, Stasis Trap again. Stalkers, if they could just blink and get rid of these Oracles, that would be big. One of them does go down. Stalker's going to deny the gold base mining from behind there. There is an Immortal in the open, but it does slip by. Dark Shrine's on the way right now for Hero. Looks like a few Zealots got blinked on, but the Immortal barely escaped. 73 probes against 75 now. Big probe kills coming in for Hero. He's only got 1 cannon in the natural, 1 cannon in the main. That is not enough to defend these Dark Templar. These Dark Templar could be a knockout blow. It's a massive move. Zealots getting caught in the rear. In the rear, 1 Immortal has gone down in this series as well. Not sure if it was over here or if it was from earlier in the game. Stalker's trying to blink back. MAXPAX. Stalkers are just not as good in a pitch battle, but that is huge. And look at that. Dark Templar in the natural. Hero trying to chase down the army to punish him. He says, okay, you're going to kill some economy. Oh, dude, he's got no detection. Hero's dead. Hero's dead. He has no detection. He's trying to build 2 more Robos right now. Oh, no. And look at this. More Stasis Traps freezing his army up. He's attacking in a column right now. A conga line of units. The Stalkers of MAXPAX massed together, fighting, backing each other up. The Immortals unable to do anything against the Zealots in the north side. The Archon goes down. MAXPAX running a Stasis Trap Blink Stalker masterclass. While Hero here, he played a good game. He looked so good in the early stages. I loved his opening, but he just wasn't quite able to lean on top of his opponent. MAXPAX is so good at getting out of trouble. He's so good at fighting back in these longer games. The Dark Templar in the main base as well. And that's about all she wrote. Hero has to GG. MAXPAX behind in yet another game, but he finds himself to game 5. All right, guys, this is the finals we were all hoping for, but Hero, keep it together. Show us what you got. Show us something nasty here in Game 5 on Starchild. MAXPAX to the bottom left side. This is a map where we're going to see MAXPAX go for that 1 gate expand. Of course, with the gate cyber second gas on the high ground. Hero takes the gas. Now, I'm really wondering if Hero... Is he going to... Yeah, he's going to try to 1 gate expand, is he? Is he going to 1 gate expand? What's he doing here? Is he going to scout? Maybe have a little scouty scout? Oh, he hides the probe. He's looking for proxies. Interesting. Who proxies in this matchup this early? That's crazy. Is he going to proxy a Stargate himself? He's got a second gas. Oh, this does look like a proxy Oracle build. Kind of looks like a proxy Oracle build. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's moving down here. Now, MAXPAX, is he counting probes is the question, guys. Let's go to MAXPAX Vision and see if he sniffs this out. Does he realize? So the first thing you look for is there a second pylon? And already you're like, hey, Oh, wait, it is 2 gate. So second pylon should have gone down by now. But sometimes people just hide a pylon and don't even build tech there, which is actually looking like Hero's doing. Ooh, okay. This might just be an expand build made to look like a proxy build. Hero, you know, a master of disinformation, of misinformation. He's been banned off all the social media for spreading misinformation. He's a bad guy. We've got, yeah, single Stalker building Stargate for MAXPAX. MAXPAX is very unsure what's happening. And it's because of this hidden pylon. It's just Warpgate 2 Stalkers into a Nexus, I reckon. Like, yeah, I think this is actually a really cool build for Hero. I'm surprised he's not probing right now. I thought he'd build 1 or 2 more, but he's going to block MAXPAX from expanding at kind of the perfect time. But this probe is trapped in here. He sees the Stargate. If he wants to save that probe, he needs to recall it. Okay, he's luring the Stalker to the back. He's making 3rd and 4th Stalker. 4 Stalker expand, hey? MAXPAX comes back in after the Stalkers leave, sees the Nexus, has not started, and Hero, oh, he's going to block him, but of course he can Mineral Walk. MAXPAX misclicks it though. He misclicked the Mineral Walk. Pylon goes down on this side. He gets inside the base. He's like, what is it? And he sees nothing. MAXPAX sees nothing. He starts his own Nexus, but there's 2 Stalkers here. Using the high ground really well as MAXPAX to buy himself a bit of time. But Hero's in his face. He's got 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries. Nexus goes down now. It's not that much slower than MAXPAX. The thing is, can he actually defend the Oracle and whatnot though? Gotta be wary of the Oracle. Oh, here comes the Oracle. He loves to take these Stalkers down. He did this earlier against Geralt, but there's 2 Stalkers right behind it. If he focuses that Oracle down, this could be big. Oh, Oracle's already taken a lot of damage, and the Zealot goes down. The Stalker's gonna come forward, 4 versus 2, good DPS, but MAXPAX, he's like, look, if I focus that weak one down quickly, it's gonna be a bit closer, 3 versus 2, a bit more doable than 4 versus 2. The pylon is just to hide his second pylon to make it look like he's proxied, guys. That's the whole point. It's because MAXPAX, like I said, he was looking around. He's going, where's the second pylon? You must be proxying. So MAXPAX has been a little bit more like, normally he would go Adept. He didn't feel safe going Adept. He was like scouting a bit more than normal, checking around with his Zealot. Oh, he's gonna go for his very cute Stasis Trap there. Only gets 1 Stalker though. The Stasis Trap out front in the base has actually been a big part of what allows him to do damage a lot of the time. Pylon finishes here. Probes are going to start transferring. It's going to be 2 Stalkers, 2 Sentries in the main, 3 Stalkers on the natural. Bit of a poke forward on the front. Now, Twilight into 2nd and 3rd gateway coming in, so that's 3 gate Twilight. But Blink has already started for Hero. Hero, though, he's down 2 probes, so he's going to have to be very clean on the defense to stop himself from taking damage here. Now, it's only single Oracle this time for MAXPAX. I think he's just saying, look, Hero's been so good on the defense, I can't commit so much. Stasis Trap is what I'm worried about for Hero. Oh, you know what? Look at that. He's like, it's time to clear Stasis Traps. Hallucination, when you make a probe hallucination, you get 4 for 1 cast. It's the only spell where you get 4 hallucinations for 1 cast. And he's been getting wrecked by Stasis Trap this whole game. He also can just scout a lot of areas with this, right? So that's actually a beautiful move. Good scouting. Stasis Trap goes down behind this, though. Oracle does come in. Doesn't quite see the probe. Oh! He's like, oh, look, 2 for 1 deal. No, that one was fake. Get wrecked. MAXPAX still gets... I guess he got 2 probes, though. I don't know where the other one died. Maybe the Stalkers killed one? 3rd Nexus goes down for MAXPAX. Heroes is down, and then almost identical timing. Very even game right now. Hero, though, he's got 4 Sentries. I mean, really, it just comes down to who has the better mid-game onwards. Oracle's going to come in and go for the Stasis Trap. Blink's ready, though. Yeah, stayed a bit long. 4 probes get frozen. Not the end of the world. Meanwhile, Stalker Sentry on the front. Force Field grabs himself a Stalker kill just before Blink is ready. Nice timing for Hero, but he's got it. I mean, this is a bit of a crazy... He blinks in. What? Oh my god, Hero clicks with his important thing, and Blink finishes with MAXPAX, and instant regret. 3, yep. 4 Stalkers for 3 probes. Was that a good trade, guys? You tell me. I'm gonna go with no. No, it wasn't. That was so unnecessarily aggressive there. That was just Hero. It was like in the moment he realized MAXPAX doesn't have Blink, and he's like, oh, I can Blink in, kill a few probes, and recall out. But of course, MAXPAX Blink did just finish. I mean, at this point in the game, how long do you think it is until MAXPAX has Blink ready? Like, it's only a matter of seconds, surely. So there's a huge risk, and it backfired. MAXPAX finds himself ahead now. Stalker pressuring the front with the stasis trap behind it. Fake Stalkers are there as well. Uh-oh, Sentry already goes down. Throwing those Stalkers away was a problem. He also made 2 Adepts to harass. Hero's doing a lot of fancy things, but MAXPAX focusing on the basics is getting some really good trades off here. Oracle comes in behind the natural. Oh, God. Good tracking, though. Hero, very good tracking with those Stalkers. But his Adepts are on the 3rd. At least that forces some more warp-ins at home. But, I mean, MAXPAX doesn't even have a warp-in point on the front, and he's causing so many problems for Hero. Hero's Adepts aren't really being microed whatsoever. Struggling right now. The Adepts walk into the main. I'm surprised they even killed a probe. MAXPAX is struggling to micro after this as well, but he finally cleans up those Adepts. Meanwhile, 3rd Nexus of Hero is in trouble. Remember, no battery overcharge anymore. Batteries help, but they don't help that much, man. It's a very small boost you get in these sorts of engagements. And even without a forward warp-in point, MAXPAX is shredding him. Oh my God, there's a stasis trap there. Okay, units lost tab. Double efficiency for MAXPAX. Both sides on even workers in this game. Charge, +1, and 3 more gateways building. MAXPAX finds himself in a very good position. You know, I don't mind Hero sliding in the Adepts, being a bit fancy, being a bit cheeky. It's just that when you play a high-risk style like this and you make one move like the Blink Dive, it kind of undoes all your hard work. He's now going Glaives, so he's going to do a 3-base Stalker, Adept, Immortal timing. I've seen people doing a lot of Adept timings lately. I don't think they're great, but I've seen them work a lot, especially against me. So I know at my MMR on the ladder, I am constantly dying to like weird 3-base Glaive Adept timings. We'll see how it goes here. Oh God, not again! An Immortal and 4 Stalkers get frozen. And he's got a bunch of Adepts here, but they're not going to be good in these slow numbers fight. Oh, the Immortal. The Immortal. Oh, the Prism has to get focused, but the Immortal gets taken down. Dude, this is such a good thing for MAXPAX because he gets some valuable kills and he sees what's happening. He's like, you're going Adept Immortal. Massive stasis trap in the back door once again. Gets an Observer kill, does Hero. At least he chases that down, but my gosh. He's taking damage. Now, Dark Shrine comes in. I think this is MAXPAX saying, look, gas. Does he not realize he's being all in? He's probing right now. I was going to say he's going to make the mineral heavy. He's got plenty of minerals. He doesn't have a lot of gas. And it's cheaper on the gas to make Archons in that regard with the Dark Templar. So, Oracle finds the natural again. This Oracle has been a thorn in Hero's side. He has to warp in Stalkers. Zealots coming on the front as well. Army on the south comes forward. And there's just the Prism, round 2. It had to get rebuilt there. Zealots do deflect on that northern side, but Zealots are actually winning the fight for MAXPAX by the looks of it. It's close, but I think the Zealots barely win this fight for MAXPAX. Oh, battery healing does just allow him to win. So Hero holds on. 3 more Zealots coming forward. Stalkers will catch those 3 Zealots. Happy to get himself a few kills. Nicely done. Almost loses a Stalker, but not quite. Still 18 Adepts. Guys, Zealots aren't useful against this. Where are the Archons? He doesn't have Disruptors or Archons yet. Zealots are just going to get wrecked by this Adept count. Hero with a crazy timing. But he abandons the army. What? He just dives for the shade of the economy. He was distracted by another stasis trap in the main. I mean, he's getting big economic damage, but he loses his Immortals and Sentries and whatnot. There are still Zealot counterattacks coming in. I mean, it could be the play. I don't know, maybe. More Adepts and Stalkers coming in right now. Hero has picked violence today. The game said, do you want to play a normal game? He said, Glaive Adepts! And then just started screaming into the microphone like a psychopath. These Adepts stuck on move command. He's winning the fight at the 3rd, but his own 3rd is gone. Oh, no. The Adepts warp in. He saves his 3rd. He does save his 3rd. He can transfer out of his main and natural there to help keep mining. Very similar working on both sides. Losing those 14 probes really undid all of the hard work he put into his economy. Remember, he does not have any attack upgrades. +2 is almost done for MAXPAX. MAXPAX has a 4th Nexus. MAXPAX killing those 14 probes puts him in a massive position. Hero still warping in Adepts on the front. These Adepts taking big damage. The Adepts struggling, trying to fight against these Zealots, but the Stalkers, they're the real problem right now, and these Adepts are just falling. Massive cost efficiency for MAXPAX with good Stalker micro, Immortals coming forward, and every time those Adepts shade past, it feels like, yes, you can kill some probes, but are you going to be able to deal with the economy? Zealots coming on the natural once more. Adepts are getting hammered. They'll shade into the main base, but I don't think there's any probes left to kill there anyway. He's going to grab like 1 or 2 probes. Zealots in the main. We got a Zealot in the main and in the natural. Adept's trying to defend, but she's actually going to go down there, and those Zealots are going to kill a whole bunch of these probes. Another Adept warps in, and, oh, it's a Zealot, actually. Oh my god, the damage. The damage is real, dude. Finally, the Zealot defends there for Hero. But MAXPAX has held on, and he's going to make the reversal complete. From down 2-0, Hero with some cool openings, some great ideas. What we really see is a Chaos Master, an unpredictable player, constantly catching his opponent off guard with his moves, but never quite as refined with the execution of those moves, with the details, with those little, tiny, fine-tuned things that you need to beat the best Protoss players in the world in PvP. And of course, Hero is the best Protoss player in the world in terms of his results, his big tournament placings. But when it comes to the online scene, many would argue that MAXPAX is unrivaled, especially when it comes to his recent head-to-head with Hero. MAXPAX is just so friggin' good. I mean, it's one of those things you say results matter. We've got to look at Hero's results, highest placing Protoss in all the biggest tournaments that matter. But MAXPAX, you know, you could say, hey, he's got the best online play. His skill level is the best. And I think we see it here once again. You know, dynamic, fun play for Hero, but he's just too outnumbered now. Great play to make it a Game 5 series. I mean, it's just the stasis traps kept getting him. The blink forward on this game, I really think he's going to regret that. I think that's the big one. If we rewind this game, go back a little bit. So we are casting this one live. I think that was about 6 minutes, and just such an unfortunate choice. Yeah, he's like, wait, you don't have blink? And he's like, let's go. But MAXPAX was already very close. He was here, reacted instantly. And as you can see, not a good play. Especially because they got stuck trying to shuffle through the mineral line, and losing 3 or 4 Stalkers is 4 Stalkers. So expensive for 3 probes, man. GG, well played. That was awesome, though. I really appreciate both players for playing such a good hard-fought series, especially MAXPAX, as it's now past 6 a.m. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.